What's up? What's up? What's up?
Good evening.
What's up, you guys?
We like light today.
Well, I turned the computer volume down, the computer light down,
Oh,
so
that
you
was
can
look a little different.
conserve your battery since we don't have a charger. All right, quick disclaimer, y'all. I left my charger at the office, and I was gonna run and get it until I realized that I don't have my key fob. I let my sister hold it earlier, so I can't get into the office even if I tried to. So we might have to make it quick tonight, but we wanted to make sure we jumped on. We wanted to make sure we still give you guys some
Some value.
some value today. Um, quick recap of our day. Tanya, you want to talk about your day first?
Sure. I took the kids, ain't it? I took the
He
kids to
finally
school
took the
today.
kids to school today.
Loaded up. Today is baby Tonio's birthday, so I took the kids to school. After that, I went to check on a property in Pleasant Grove. Did a little walkthrough. Had a minor issue, I would say. The floors was unlevel, so we had been using self level and wood to try to level them out. And the contractor just kind of want to let me know that if he do any more, it's gonna be some more money. So he called me over this morning, like, "Hey, I got to see you, boss man." Um, so I just told him leave it alone. It wasn't the best, but I wasn't stressing about it. Um, he's knocked down the wall. He's patching up some holes. It's looking good. We created a second bathroom on the porch. You ain't seen that yet, but all that's framed up and good. So that project's moving along. They probably be done with that project next week, Wednesday, I think, because we got to build the deck.
Good stuff.
And they probably painted the outside today. The flooring was going down today. I posted took the carpet today, but we didn't get the carpet. Um, just something happened. But that was this morning. After that, what did I do?
Came to get me.
We had a call
We had a
here.
call.
We had a call here. But right now we get heavy calls when we are doing our
Masterclass.
master class. We're leading up to our coaching class. So we had a call. Young lady. She came in second when we did the drawing. Um, I supposed to make a call, but I didn't. So if you're on here, I didn't forget about you. Just been running since. You are number one on my list tomorrow. After that call, where do we go back? I need help.
You went somewhere. I
What
went
you
to the
mean?
office.
What you mean I went somewhere?
I don't know. I feel like you went somewhere. You went somewhere because I went to the office.
Oh, I went to an appraisal.
Yes,
One of
yes.
our students is doing their first property. I went and met the appraiser with them today. We met the owner. We walked the property, talked about some ideas. They're super excited about the property. It was their first time going into the property. We actually got the property under contract through a wholesaler, and we worked out a deal with them that they're going to actually do it. It's their first property. I know it's an area that she was looking in heavy, so I felt like it'd be a good idea to let her do it. Her and her business partner. So I met them. Business partner, phenomenal. It was real good. After that, came back to the office. Two more calls, so we got one more student.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a good thing.
I did a promo call. I talked to Nicole Ambrose today.
You did a little real estate, girl.
I did a lot of real estate today. I did a lot. Talked to Nicole Ambrose today. She's really excited about coming to Aria Live on September 20th. So we talked a little bit. We talked about what she's gonna add. She is really gonna give you guys a treat, and I'm super excited. I like want to spill the beans, but I don't.
You didn't even tell me yet.
I didn't. So I'll wait till the video. I'll let you guys wait till the video drops in a few days, and you can see what she's gonna give you just for coming. So your face has to be in the place if you want this special treat from Nicole. She is amazing. Every time I talk to her, I just get the goosebumps just talking to her.
Time out. This is Wine Down with the Denmarks, and we ain't even brought out no wine yet.
We didn't bring out the wine. So special shout out to our sponsor today.
Got a sponsor?
We
Who's
have
sponsor?
a sponsor. Tonight's sponsor is Cat Specialty Gift Baskets, which offers unique gift baskets that can be used as closing gifts or welcome baskets for Airbnb. So if you guys are interested in a specialty gift basket,
got a cork today. This is our first time with a cork, so
absolutely. If you guys
don't do it right, don't laugh.
If you guys are interested, please contact Miss Kathy. Her phone number is 954-696-2855. Again, it's 954-696-2855. Her email address is cjfelder, CJFEL, D as in dog, ER, the number 67 at gmail.com. And she will get your baskets ready for you. When I tell you her Christmas editions are amazing, I get her Christmas editions for our teachers, for friends. So, hey, if it's something you need and you don't want to spend the time, I don't like to spend the time nor the thought process of figuring out what I'm going to get. So I like that she's clutch and she gets it done and it's ready for me to deliver. So contact her. She's amazing. You won't regret it.
Popping bottles in this thing. Hey.
All right. So tonight's bottle is line 39. It's a Pinot Noir from California, 2019. And I'm excited. I'm about to pour it myself.
Oh, it's nice and chill. Ooh. Let's go.
Let's go, you guys. What else did I do today? Today. I got on more calls than Antonio.
Don't forget to like and share.
Like, share. And if you are on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Oh, that's some real wine right there.
If you would like to,
I'll probably get one
I
glass.
can't even get it out.
I'm sorry, bro. That's some real wine, bro.
I can't even get it out.
I'm sorry, but
if you would like to see any of the replays of our Wine Down with the Denmarks, you can get them on YouTube. We are also live streaming on YouTube and saving them on YouTube.
What's our YouTube channel?
Our YouTube channel is The Denmarks. Type in The Denmarks and you will find us. It's that simple. Yasmin said those baskets are 5.
5. We're going to have some pictures next time.
You like to say what we're going to have like you can do any of this stuff. You are fired.
Hey, it is what it is. We had a small gathering for Baby Tonio's birthday.
Today was Baby Tonio's birthday most of all. Put that cork back in it. Let that air get in.
What that mean? I got it, bro. What you doing?
So today was Baby Tonio's 7th birthday, which we were so geek. I promise you, it came quicker than.
It did not come quick.
It seemed
that
like
man
it
been
came
talking about his birthday for 3
a
months.
Whole year.
Minimum 3 months.
Year. Mommy, can I get that on my birthday? When my birthday comes, can I get that on my birthday? Yep, you get whatever you want.
Now it's time to cash in. She trying to back out.
I'm trying to remember everything I said yes to.
He like, Daddy, it's a movie coming out on my birthday. We going? I'm quick to say yeah. To the day it's like, where is it? What you talking about, boy? So
we're celebrating it for real on Saturday. Antonio has already made plans with his friends and their mamas.
And the mamas.
They've been texting me, now what we doing? Because the boys said we're doing such and such. So we'll celebrate Saturday and we'll make it happen. All right. You ready?
Today is day number 11.
Today's day
number 11 of us going live. Today is day 2 of funding.
Mm-hmm.
Last week we talked about hard money funding, private money funding. And today we talked about the benefits of hard money. Um, and we talked about traditional funding too, and kind of gave compare and contrast. Um, we use hard money, but that doesn't mean hard money is best for everybody.
Say that again.
We use hard money and private money, but that doesn't mean hard money is best for everybody. I actually talked to a young lady the other day where I recommended that she go traditional funding and not hard money funding. So hard money is good, has its perks. Traditional is good, has its perks. You got to find out what you like about the funding and get it going. So the main thing that we wanted to do today was to show you guys what a hard money term sheet will look like.
All right. In the meantime, I'm trying to pull it up.
So if you do one, it's not a big aha moment. We want to kind of go over the different options that you have. When you get up there.
All right.
So with this particular lender, this lender gives three options. This is our go-to lender. If you want the information, DM me. We can talk about it. But we recommend them to all of our students. They do special things for our students. Special pricing.
Yeah, we go.
So I'm gonna give you what a term sheet looks like on Facebook. Instagram, we are cheating y'all tonight.
I'm so sorry.
But you can listen.
Yes. I'm gonna leave it so you can see it this way, but they can still see it.
I would say if you want to see the actual sheet, you can come to Facebook. I'm X Flipper.
And it's also public. On the Denmark.
And go to the Denmark if you want to see the actual sheet, because we're sharing it on Facebook.
Or YouTube.
Or YouTube is also a good option. So y'all kind of getting cheated tonight. We're gonna do a little better next time. Sorry about that. All right, so this property is a property that is in Trussville, Alabama. The estimated ARV is $375. That's what the borrower put down. This is a real term sheet. What's going on?
I'm trying to make sure it was visible.
Okay. This is a first-time borrower. This is their first deal. A lot of lenders don't even lend to first-time borrowers, but because she's our student, they actually will lend to her. The property's in Trussville. I said that the purchase price is $172,000. The purchase price is $172,000. The rehab is $50,000 on this property. ARV, we put $375, but conservatively, I think it's about $340, $330, $330-ish. Conservative. I think we did our numbers off like $330, $340. So going into the options, and you got questions, ask your questions at any time. So going into the options, they gave us three options. Option A was an option where you don't need an appraisal or BPO. All right.
It's quick, get in, get out. Don't even worry about it. That's option A.
With most hard money loans, you're going to do a appraisal or BPO on the front end, and they are going to take your estimated, your scope of work, and they're going to look at the property, and they are going to say this house will be worth X amount if you do these repairs.
If you do this.
So I know some people have issues understanding that, but it's not an appraisal of what the house currently is.
The current state is the future state only if you do the said repairs.
Yes. So that's something new. That's something different. Some people have a hard time wrapping their minds around that. But in option A, My lender is saying, and these are special things that my lender will do for my people. They're saying, don't even worry about the appraisal. If they want to just do the deal, get it done quick, here's an option that we can give them. Option A. They will do 85% of the hard costs. All right. So this is where you need some training, some understanding.
Because you need to know what the hard costs.
What
is
are
a
the hard costs?
Cost.
All right. So hard cost is the actual purchase and rehab. That is your hard cost. So in this situation, they would do 85% of it. So if the loan is for, I need my calculator. For your phone. Oh, it's up there. Dude. If the loan is for 177,600, and no, the loan is the purchase price is 172.
Okay, the loan is the total hard cost is 222.
Yeah, the total hard cost is 222,
and that's your purchase and rehab of the loan.
So if you times that by 85%, you messed up, bro.
You saw it?
Mm-hmm. It was messed up before you hit the other button. That's $188,000. So they basically saying, in a nutshell, we'll give you $188,000 of your hard costs.
Sight unseen, they do not have to get an appraisal or BPO. Sight unseen, just
so bring 15% to closing, plus your points, plus your closing costs, titles, insurance, and all that stuff. Boom. What up, Frank?
Hey, Frank.
That's option A. Option B is, now option A, they will lend up to 75% of LTV.
And that's your loan to value.
Loan to value means that appraisal that we do on the front end. As long as it doesn't go over that, you good. So option B, which is the most popular option that I choose and I coach my students
Most of our students choose it too,
is they will do 100%, and I'm gonna use their terms. They will do 100% of the purchase and rehab up to 65% of the ARV. So I know that sounds like a Chinese to mean? Some people,
right? What does that mean?
So what that means is, and I'm gonna break it down in simple terms. If the ARV,
the after repair value,
is $100,000, my lender says that they will lend up to 65%, which equals $65,000 in the form of your purchase and your rehab.
So it doesn't matter what form that purchase and that rehab is, as long as it doesn't exceed 65%, which in that case it'll be $65,000.
Yes. So the main difference between the first two, option A, you had to bring 15% to closing. Option B, you're not bringing any down payment to closing.
Because they're doing 100% of purchase and rehab as long as it's under 65% of the ARV.
Now, these are the things that you will have to bring to closing on any of the loans. You will have to bring your points. And we talked about points last time. Points is a percentage of the loan. If you just go back and do some more research, go back and watch the video. You will bring your points up front. You will bring your admin fee. That's their processing fee, their doc fees. That for this lender is $2,500. That's they make their money there.
You will have to pay for your appraisal beforehand.
Yes.
And you will have to pay for your insurance, your property insurance beforehand.
And you got to pay for your closing costs. Those are things that you're going to bring no matter really which loan you choose.
And a lot of times, no matter which lender you choose,
you bring in those.
Now, they may have different processing fees. Some have more, some have a little less. But typically, you're going to be around that 1,500 to 2,000 area.
Yes. So right now, on the first option, option A, you had to bring 15% down payment plus these other fees.
Yes, but you didn't need an appraisal Or BPO.
On option B, I seen you on it too. On option B, there is no down payment as long as the property appraises the right to the number that you put. The only thing you gotta bring is your points and all those things, closing costs, admin fee, and all those. So on this loan here, they are telling my student that they have to bring $13,000 to the table.
But what does that 13,000 also include? Is that the 6
I didn't
months?
do the 6 months.
Okay.
I just took 6 months. I just because that's optional for it.
Okay.
They saying for $122,000 loan, bring us $13,000,
And we can close it.
and we can close it.
And we will fund your purchase and your rehab. You just have to bring that your points and interest and your extra and the fees.
So I think this is a part where we as people,
as rookies,
we as inexperienced people, we have been told, man, you got to have a lot of money to invest in real estate.
Because most people think that you have to, if that loan is for $122,000, they need $122,000 in order to do the deal. But there's ways to finance that. There's people you can work with that will finance it for you, and you just have to have a little skin in the game. Most people are going to charge you 20% plus those fees.
Yes.
That's usually typical. And it kind of depends on how much skills and experience do you have. So if you have a lot of experience under your belt, then they're going to give you a better rate. But if you're brand new, you're a rookie to it, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to get that good rate.
So even from the myth of I got to bring 20% regardless. If this person didn't have good information or wasn't connected, what's 20% of 22 to whatever? Yeah.
2 times 20%.
$44,000.
44,000. Ooh.
So just think of how much of a difference that people are assuming. I got to bring 20% down to do a $300,000 deal. No, you don't. You can bring $13,000 if you have the right property and you're connected to the right people and you got the right lenders.
Absolutely. One of our students are actually on here, and he said for his deal, he picked that loan. He picked the option B.
He picked option B.
Absolutely.
Because that gets, you gonna have to have some skin in the game. But you want to bring out the less money as possible. So for us, this is how we look at it. If I only got to bring $13,000 to closing, and we got to have 5 to 10 in the bank to start the rehab, that's just kind of how it rolls. If I got $50,000, I can do 2 deals. So where a person without experience, even if they got the $44,000 to do this one deal, I'm gonna do 2 deals because I got more knowledge than they have, and I understand the hard money game a little bit better than they do. So don't be afraid to get into real estate and just think you gotta have I'm not saying $13,000 isn't a lot of money to some people. What I am saying is $13,000 is not a lot of money when it comes to investing to potentially make $50,000 or $60,000. That's how I'm looking at it. So if you're telling me I can invest $13,000, $15,000, $20,000 potentially, depending on how quick I get in and out, to make 50 or 60 on the back end,
I'm gonna do it all day.
That's a no-brainer.
Yeah. Because nowhere else will you get that type of leverage. So I'm gonna do it all day.
Questions. Let's get some questions.
I was just gonna say that.
You gonna go ask for questions, girl?
I was, most certainly.
Look at you.
Goodbye.
Getting these Instagram names right.
It says great information being provided here. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Waldenstone.
Waldenstone. What's your real name, Waldenstone? Is it Waldenstone? Okay, Waldenstone. I'm hooked on phonics, man. I was in the slow classes, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to
Why are you lying to
Okay.
people?
I should have been.
Why are you lying?
I should have been on the slow
No,
class.
you should have been gifted, but too smart. What's up, Chris? What's up?
What it is?
That's his real name, Waldenstone.
Waldenstone.
That's what's up. Good stuff.
Sweet.
All right.
Where you from, Waldenstone? It just seems so fun. Can I call you Stone?
I see you, DeMarco. I'm coming. JC said, awesome information. I need that. Look at laugh out loud. JC, just send Antonio, send X Flipper a DM, and he'll get you connected. DeMarco says, what does BPO stand for?
BPO stands for
brokerage price opinion.
Yes. So broker price opinion are done by real estate agents. Appraisers are done by appraisers. They got to have a license to appraise. So if a lender will use a BPO, that means they're going to go to a agent and say, what do you think this house is worth? Or they can go to an appraiser and say, what do you think this house is worth? I'm sorry, baby.
It's okay.
That's a nice little focus. I'm trying to. I'm focused on you.
Oh my
All right.
God.
Okay. I'm focused. Chill out, man. All right. So questions. Anybody know questions?
All right. For real.
Before we go to option 3, because I know those 2 options was a lot if you don't understand.
Y'all need to do more lives. This is the first one I've seen since Flipology.
We've been live 11 days straight.
Yes. So every night for 30 days, we are going live, doing Wind Down with the Denmark. So catch us every night. Catch us. And we've talked about extending it because you're absolutely right. We do need to do more lives. So that's why we challenged ourselves to do 30 days. So I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes.
All right. Frank said, what are some ways they can get ARV before paying for appraisal?
I will tell you this. If anybody knows us in our strategy, we are heavy bird people. And I will tell you that is one of the trickiest parts about doing fix and flip loans on the front end. Appraisals can come back bad. I have had bad appraisals.
And I was literally telling Nicole this today. She was like, "Oh, I'm going to use this." So what we do is we've had bad appraisals, so we figured out a way to get around having bad appraisals where we go meet the appraiser and show them what our plans are, what are our projections, what do we plan to do with the property, so that it's not a guess of what our finishes are going to look like and what type of property to compare us to.
Yes.
So like we give them a whole presentation on this is what it is, this is what we're planning it to be, and this is what we're looking for it to be around. And some appraisers are like, who asked you to do this? And some are like, oh my gosh, thank you so much, it's helpful. Some don't even say nothing. But I've noticed that the times that we don't go to meet an appraiser, it comes back bad every time. But every time we go, we either are there at that number or higher. Agreed. Every time.
Totally agree. That's one nugget. If you in this game and you are doing fix and flip loans, make sure that you meet the appraiser, you talk to them, and you tell them what you're thinking. If you have past work, show them, hey, this is my past work. This is what it looked like. This is what it sold for. This is what this property is going to look like. So show yourself to be approved. Even if you ain't got no past work, print some pictures off the MLS and say, this is what it's going to look like.
This is what it's going to look like. It doesn't have to be something you've done.
You know what I'm saying? So, but it's work. And I tell anybody, it's not get rich quick. Man, we put in work. Like, that is work sitting there putting together a picture scope of work for an appraisal and putting some comps in there to show what we're looking at. So it's work. It ain't just hit submit and wait for it to come back. You asking for trouble. I'm just telling you from experience. It's trouble. Because they don't know. It's not like when you are doing a retail sale, the appraiser knows what the contract price is for. So they know they got an idea of where they need to be. When you're doing these type of appraisals, there is no number. They don't know. They don't know if you're going to be a light rehab. They don't know if you're going to do a full rehab. They don't know. So you got to kind of guide them to where you want to be.
Absolutely, you got to tell them what you want, and just be there. Don't take it for granted. Be there.
Yes.
All right. Christy said, "How can we enroll in your course?" Ooh. I would say if you have not attended the masterclass, we are having one more masterclass this Wednesday. I would say sign up for the masterclass. I'm going to drop the link on not Instagram, on Facebook, YouTube for the masterclass. But if you are seriously ready to change your life and you want to do something ASAP, hit us up tomorrow and we can see what we can do for you, because literally the class starts on Sunday.
Yeah.
So if you want to be in it and you don't want to waste any time and you're for real about it, like for real, then hit us up, because honestly, we only have one more spot left. And I can add one more person, but you really need to be serious about it for me to add that one more person.
One other thing you can do is you can ask your realtor what they think the ARV is, and that'll kind of help if they maybe give you their feedback on paper. But I can tell you one thing about us. If we don't have good comps in the area,
we're not even going to put the house under contract.
We're not going to do it. Like, it's a house right now where we got two good comps. We got a 140 comp, 135 comp, and the next best comp is like $80,000. We're not going to do the project. We're not getting into it saying we're going to sell this house for $130,000, $140,000 if we don't got three solid comps. So that's our rule of thumb. We'll turn properties down because we are going to protect us. We are going to protect our investors. So we're going to always err on the side of caution and make sure that we can provide a return.
What other questions? Oh, you reading one? Read it out loud.
Yeah. Frank he basically was saying, what about taking the average of the three comps? So if you have access to the MLS, you can do that. Zillow sometimes work. Redfin work. There's two ways to get the ARV. In my world, we use the average of the three sold comps. That's why I say if it's only two, we don't feel confident. Or you can do it by the square foot, which more realtors use that method. You can get the ARV that way also. But investors, we're going to use the average of the three sold comps in the area and base our number off of that. And I feel like I said this, but I'll say it again. If we got a comp for 150, we got a comp for 140, and then a comp for 135, we're not going to say 150 is our ARV. We're going to add them up and divide and say that's the number we're doing our numbers off of. Now, we might list it for 150. We might list it for 155. But that doesn't mean we're doing our numbers off of that highest comp sold. Facts. You're so scared.
I am.
We're 10 minutes out of here. We good. All right. So we'll go back to option 3.
All right. Let's do it.
Any questions before we go back to that? Because it get a little. If you didn't understand those options, then let us know. Option 3 is what most lenders give. So
let's do it.
In today's market, this is what an average lender is giving from a hard money standpoint to customers who've done 2 to 3 deals. So option 3 says they will give up to 85% of purchase. And I'll say it slow so you can process it. They'll give up to 85% of purchase, The purchase on this deal is the contract price is 172.
Yep.
They will do 100% of the rehab, not to exceed 70% of LTV.
Now, 70%. So the other one was for 65. This one is 70%. So you can buy the house. The house can cost a little more in this deal.
Yes. So this is typical. This is atypical of 80 to 90% of lenders as I hear. When they say 100% rehab, what they mean is they are going to put your rehab funds in escrow.
Yes. Now, what does escrow mean?
Escrow means that technically it's going to be held by the lawyer who does the closing. They don't do that part. But
actually, the lender has their own.
The lender has their own escrow.
Yeah, escrow fund, so that as
you don't see that part. I don't think they got no escrow. They just be lying to you. But anyways, go.
But if they don't have it, that's a problem.
Okay.
So as you complete the work, they reimburse you for what you've done, and they call that's your rehab draw that's held back. Is what it's called.
Yes. So this is probably the second thing we're going to talk about is this part right here. This rehab on this property is $50,000. That's projected rehab. We have line item by line item on what things are cost.
The scope of work, how much it's going to cost, what's going to be done.
Your example of the scope of work. Line, okay. Couple lines.
Scope of work, first you're going to start with your permitting, what type of permits you need. Then you're going to start with your exterior. So what's going to be done on the exterior? Are you going to paint the entire exterior? Are you going to add any shutters? Are you going to add gutters? Are you going to install garages? Are you going to add motor to garages? Are you going to paint the garages? Are you going to add lighting to the exterior? All of those things will fall under your exterior. Then you'll go interior.
Hold up. So each line item has its own price.
Yes.
Already predetermined that you should have got from your contractor.
And it's going to include labor and material. It's not well, this is how much I'm going to spend on material. This is how much I'm going to spend on labor. No, the lender doesn't want to know it broken down. The lender wants to know it all together. Are you going to replace the roof? So if a roof is going to be replaced, it's not, okay, well, it's $2,000 for shingles and $2,500 for the labor. No, it's $4,500. That's how much you're going to spend.
All right. So that's an example of what you're going to give the lender a detailed scope of work. And what happens is when you knock off the things on the list, they will send out an inspector to inspect those things. And once it's complete or a percentage, they will give you those funds back.
And it's only going to match what was on your scope of work. So if you put, okay, well, I spent over for the roof, it was $5,000 instead of $4,500. They're going to give you $4,500. However, if you have contingencies, which I strongly urge that everybody, when you're doing a rehab, you have contingencies. Contingencies are the miscellaneous things that happen that are out of your control that you didn't expect to happen. So going over $500 on the roof was unexpected. So that's a contingency. If your plumbing is busted under your house and you didn't know it because it was winterized and you never turned on the water, that's a contingency because something happened.
If your wood is rotting around your toilet and you didn't know,
so now you have to replace the subfloor, that's a part of your contingency. So make sure you have a pretty decent contingency budget. We like to have a pretty hefty one, and not hefty as in another $50,000, but to make it 10% of whatever that rehab is going to be. And in this case, we'll probably do it
10 to 15%.
Yeah.
We've done a lot of projects. No project is the same.
None.
Every one of them is going to have a contingency. Period.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to be able to cover everything before you start. There's always something going to come up. There's always something that you're going to potentially miss. So you got to have a contingency so that it's not stressing you when those things happen. When your contractor comes to you and say, like today, hey, These floors are worse than I expected. I'm gonna need some more money. It's there if it's needed. Or he comes to me and say, uh, granite countertops went up. Where before, when we first quoted you, it was $35. Now it's $40 because of whatever happened. Okay, it's in my contingency. I'm all right
You
with
can
that.
pull it from there instead of it having to come out of your pockets physically. Now, do you have to fund the draw up front? Yes. So you have to start your rehabs, although they're going to reimburse you for your rehabs and they're funding you for the rehabs. You have to start it up front. So you have to start whatever it is, and then once
Get
it's
reimbursed.
done, they'll reimburse you.
We like to make our first draw heavy from a financial standpoint so that it can pay for whatever we had in the first draw and help us in the second draw with getting new things going.
Yeah. All right. I feel like we talked a lot. Y'all asked me some questions.
We still ain't did
You want to finish B?
at least C. At least
Okay.
let's finish C. Because this is what most of them are going to see
when they go to
a lender.
Okay.
The interest rate is 12% on here. The points are usually 3 or 4 points. So on this loan here, which was C, you can't really see it good, but the origination points are 5,600. The loan closing fee is the same, 2,500. You're going to pay some prepaid interest because of the closing date. Your insurance. This is another key. Some lenders make you do 6 months,
and some make you do a year.
Where you got to pay insurance up front. They don't do it. They don't like to do insurance where you paying it by a month.
Because what happens is maybe your expiration date or your card changes, and then something happens, and now you don't even know that you owe it, and it becomes a point where something could happen on the property, but since your expiration date changed on your card, now you can't be covered because you didn't pay that month. Versus they want to secure themselves and make you pay up to a year just in case anything happens.
And they're going to make a great idea. And they're going to make you put them as the mortgagee so that if you miss a payment,
they're contacted.
They know if the insurance lapse. They know if you change in lenders. They know. So that's one thing that you have to do is get insurance on these properties. One of our properties actually on the market, a tree just fell on it.
Literally, it happened the day before the open house. Yeah. Yasmin was doing the open house on Saturday. She went there Thursday. She went there Thursday. And then on Saturday, she got there a few minutes early, or 30 minutes early. It don't matter what time. But she was like, you guys will not believe this. A tree fell on the house. So I'm so happy that we did do a year of insurance, and it's not something that we have to worry about. But that's really important when you do it because anything can happen. You can't control a branch falling on your house and damaging your roof.
Agreed. So
you do have a question, but I want you to get through this and then I'll.
Okay. For the most part, I'm through. One thing that this lender will do, and they don't do this a lot, but because of the recent market shift, I've seen them throw this out there a little bit more. They're doing 6 months interest hold. They're making you pay for 6 months of interest up front. So just be aware of that. Don't let it shock you. Just be aware of it.
I'm good.
I am good.
All right. So Shanta said, how do you write in your contingency? Do you do a separate addendum? Honestly, Shanta, I just put it as a line item in my budget. So if my rehab budget is $50,000, I'll add contingencies of about $6,500, and then it'll go to $56,500 is what my new rehab budget will be. So I make it. Okay. If my rehab budget is $50,000, I'm gonna do 10 to 15% of that rehab budget. So in that case, I'll probably do, instead of $5,000, I'll probably do $6,500. Once I do that 6,500, I'm gonna add that to the 50,000, and that'll be 56,500 as my new rehab amount. So I'm going to add it as a line item on the scope of work, not an addendum, on the scope of work, so that the lender's aware of it and they know that that is my contingency. Now, one rule of thumb, I know some of my students before thought that, okay, well, since I messed up, I can use all my contingencies on the first draw. There is no lender, absolutely no lender in the world that will let you use all of their contingency, all of your contingencies in the first draw. Contingencies are meant to spread out between draws. So if you're projected to have 3 draws, then they want you to use it in thirds. Preferably, they want that highest one in the end. They want you to hold back more than the third on that last one. So don't mess up and think you're gonna get all your contingencies, because it's not gonna happen.
There's nothing to do. Don't go and do something that's not on the original scope of work
and think you're gonna get funded
they
for
just
it.
gonna give you money for it because you say you did it.
They are not. If you put that you are gonna paint the garage door and not replace it, don't replace it and think that
they're gonna pay that.
They're gonna pay it. They're gonna pay you for painting it. So go ahead, after you replace it, go ahead and paint it, because that's what you're gonna get.
Stupid.
All right. So Kathy said, after you send in your first draw, how long does it take to receive the funds back? It kind of depends on your lender.
It 100% depends on your lender.
I know for sure our lender does it within. If you get it done that morning, that wire is sent out by 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
However, I've had some lenders where they setting up an inspection to come, and that inspector may take 2 days to come, and then after that 2 days they have to do a report to do the report. So it can take you up to a week. So I think that's an important question you can ask the lender that you're dealing with, is how fast and what's the draw process for you receiving your funds back.
Now there is 2 ways, and this is lender. I can never say this word. Each lender has a different way of doing it. Some lenders will send a inspector. Other lenders will say, send me pictures of the work being done.
Mm-hmm.
Another lender will say, we got an app, and you got to put all your pictures in this app.
And they'll tell you, like, okay, up, down, and side, so they can see the whole view of the room.
Yes.
I honestly like the apps and the people who let me send my own pictures.
Yes. That turnaround is a lot faster.
Yes. Now, I've had some times where I'll have an inspector to come, and if my contractors don't clean up right before it, the inspectors will ding me as if I didn't do the work when it's actually done, because they don't even know. They're just taking pictures and then bringing it back to their desktop.
Yeah, it's hard to say, I got new countertop to the countertop full of tools. So, like,
yes,
it's you just gotta make sure they clean it. That's one good nugget. DeMarco, I know you on here. You got the project going. Before you request a draw, make sure they clean the property up. Put everything in a closet. Put everything in a pile, but clean up.
We went one Sunday, and DeMarco, I see you have a question. I'm gonna come to it. We went one Sunday. I think this was 2 weeks ago. We went to a property one Sunday thinking, okay, nobody's working today. It should be clean. We're going to get some pictures since we're in the area so we can request a draw on Monday. When I tell you it was a contractor, it was his sub that was there, and it was horrible. Like, crap was everywhere. And I want to use another word, but crap was everywhere. He didn't even cover the brand new stove, and he was mudding. It was like horrible. And we thought we was going to come in and out and take pictures.
Yeah, I got frustrated. I ain't gonna lie.
So it's really important to take it. And we know, because we've been dinged, where they'll say, oh, this wasn't painted. Oh, these aren't new doors, because just everything in their room just look out of order.
It just look dirty.
So make sure they clean up. Make sure they do what they got to do. All right. DeMarco said, so the better my deal is, I take the loan option with the lowest LTV. Wait, that's a question. So the better my deal is, do I take the loan option with the lowest LTV? Yeah.
No. I I take the loan option that requires the less money out of my pocket. So the LTV really isn't a big factor. I just look at how much money it's gonna take me to get this deal done. That's what I'm looking at.
So the reason why Antonio looks at the one that takes the least amount of money out of pocket is because, say for example, you're welcome, Miss Kathy. Say for example, you are working with $60,000 in your account, and the lower LTV may tell you that you need to bring 25,000 to the table, versus the other one is less money out of pocket. It may tell you need to bring 15. I'm gonna bring 15 so that I can do more deals. So I don't just have to be subject to doing one deal at a time, but maybe I can squeeze in a second deal and I can really double my chances for making my returns.
Yeah. So it's a sheet that go around, but like if I had $100,000 roughly, I wouldn't even though I have enough money to do one fix and flip more than likely, I wouldn't use only my cash. I would leverage my cash with the hard money to do maybe 4 deals at the same time. And the thought of I ain't saying this right, but the thought behind it is even if I pay my lender, let's say on that first fix and flip deal, I make $40,000. But if I do 4 of those deals, even if I pay my lender $10,000 and I make 40 on all 4 deals, I've made more money. So now I made 30, 60, 90. I made $120,000. Now keep in mind I paid 40,000, but I've used the same amount of money typically. Mm-hmm. So don't get afraid of paying fees and interest, because if you can scratch it, you can make up what you pay in fees with the number of deals you do.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to pay hard money fees. Make sure the deal work, but don't be afraid to pay hard money fees if the deal works. I would say it was as a trainer. I don't know what training it was, but what changed us was we stopped looking at how much the money costs. This is gonna be big. You gotta pay attention. This is for some people. This is gonna be eye opening. For me, it was. We stopped looking at how much the money costs. We started looking at how much money can we make. That was always our first thought. How much money can we make?
And that's because when we started on our personal credit cards. Like we were like trying to come up with all the money we can come up with just to do one deal at a time. So when that really triggered, we went and started like, oh well, it's not. We could do another deal. We could do another deal. I had a friend that was like, well, I'll lend on 2 deals at a time from you. Why would you do that? She was like, I don't know. I believe in you. Okay, well, let's do it. So don't look at it from your pockets. Look at how much can I make? Yes, having an investor, having hard money or private money is going to take away from your profit. But if it takes away 5,000 from that deal and you made 15,000 on that deal, but you're able to do multiple deals at one time, you can do far more deals to catch up for that 5,000 than you could just doing it with your money.
Facts. And I don't care how much money I pay, as long as I make what I want to make. If my minimum amount I want to make on a deal is $20,000, if I gotta pay $20,000 to get the deal done, I don't care. Let me make what I want to make. Let me maximize my money, and we can move on from there.
Absolutely. All right. So I just want to go back and say tonight's wind down session is sponsored by Cat Specialty Gift Baskets. It is line 39 Pinot Noir from California, 2019. This thing was really strong, you guys.
So you think
it
you
was
slick
so
too, Miss Kathy.
Smooth, but it was like it was really,
because we're
really
gonna have to use this at least 2 times.
Yeah, this is definitely
so you're gonna get 2 for the price of 1. You
absolutely
good. If you want to sponsor one of these nights, just send us a DM. It's just a bottle of wine, nothing serious. Have a little fun.
Absolutely. You can contact Miss Kathy. She does specialty gift baskets for your closings, for your Airbnbs as a welcome basket. Her baskets are absolutely phenomenal. You can reach her at 954-696-2855, or you can email her at C as in cat, J as in Jones, F as in Felder, ELDER 67 at gmail.com.
Frank did put a question. He said, what's a backup if a property doesn't sell and the payments are due to the lender?
Ooh, our backup is always to refinance. So we make sure that whatever property we are about to flip, that our plan B is to be able to refinance. So if it doesn't fit in a refinance model, we're probably not going to flip it because anything can happen.
If not, you that brown stuff out of luck, and you liable to get foreclosed on. Now you can always go get another lender. You can always go hustle up some more funds to help with it. You're gonna lose some profit, but that's my first option to say, hey, go hustle up another $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 to help pay your bills for real.
Yeah.
Give up some of your profit, your future profit. It'll be a whole lot easier at that point because the property's done. So that's what I would recommend to somebody in that situation.
Absolutely.
Any more questions?
What else do you guys have? My computer survived.
It was never a doubt.
For me. All right. Just a reminder, REI Live is September 20th at the Vulcan Park and Museum. Nicole Ambrose will be in the building, in the place.
Does that interfere with our 30 days?
It does.
So we can't go live. I guess we go live afterwards.
We'll have to make it happen. We'll figure it out.
That's gonna be a tough one, yeah.
We'll figure it out, or we'll extend it. Nicole is gonna teach you about lead generation, you guys. She is gonna show you how she's been able to do lead generation at a massive level and really scale her business through lead generation from a realtor standpoint and an investor standpoint. Investors, if you're not using tools to help generate leads, then you are not doing deals rapidly. So you have to use lead generation.
You just want to tell though. You just trying to.
I'm not gonna tell it all. You guys will see the video in a few days because Nicole's gonna give you something special just for attending. So I'm super geeked. I'm even debating if I should take that out of the video and just wait for them to show up. What you think?
Give it to them.
Give it to them.
Give the people what they want.
Give the people what they want. All right, you guys. We will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday, so we are going to talk about marketing, I believe.
Marketing, back in your world.
Back to marketing. So Antonio talked all night. I guess I'll be talking all night tomorrow. I feel like I talked a lot last week about marketing. They went deep about marketing last time. Oh, they talked about everything last time.
What was everything?
Remember they snitched on me with Hootsuite.
Oh yeah, they got you. I do remember that.
All right, so you guys, I hope
we're gonna go, Frank. It's over with.
Have a good one, Frank. Thank you guys for attending. We appreciate you guys. Let us know if you need anything. As always, we want you guys to like and share it with someone that it can really help them. We appreciate you.
Thanks again.
Love you guys.
See y'all tomorrow.
Peace.